Okay. Hello, I am Amy O'Connor. I am the new NAAWI Communications Director. I'm excited to be joining the organization and working with the fabulous Mernice Oliver, founder of NAAWI. We are going to talk a little bit today about NAAWI's journey over the last 3 years. It's officially 3 years, and look ahead at what is next for the organization and what else Mernice has in store. So, Mernice, hello. It's good to see you.
Hello. Well, thank you. It's always good to see you, Amy. Always excited to see your smiling face. And thank you for doing this afternoon too. I know it's crazy, but I wanted to say I really appreciate you taking the time out to kind of chat a little bit about what NAAWI is doing and where we see us growing for next year. So super excited about it.
Yeah, no, I think NAAWI is such a fabulous organization for women and women in insurance, which is a huge thing. But now with, even more so with diversity being so front of mind for everybody in this industry, what you guys are doing and what NAAWI's doing is so important. So, that being said, it's been 3 years. You founded NAAWI 3 years ago. So can you talk a little bit about what motivated you and what did you envision then for the association over the long term?
Yeah. And I had to really kind of think back to when I actually thought about creating NAAWI and taking on this huge undertaking. Because let me tell you, when you're really trying to start a membership organization, I don't care what it is a huge undertaking. And I really underestimated that, to be honest. My goal was to create an opportunity where I found a gap in the industry. There are tons of membership organizations for women in insurance, women in financial services, all of these things, but there was nothing geared specifically for minority, women of color, multicultural women in the industry. And sometimes, to be perfectly honest, we get lost in those bigger organizations because we're just not a priority, to be perfectly honest. And for whatever reason, we tend to always be in the minority as it relates to being members of the board, to being in leadership. We're still kind of always a little behind the 8 ball. And I wanted to disrupt that. And which is really, we named one of our awards the first year with NAAWI, the Disruptor Award, that we awarded to 3 of our members because they're doing some great things in the industry. But that was really the goal. I wanted to create an opportunity for women could come build really solid relationships, building better professional networks, but also where they can get some personal and professional development and not feel as if they are an afterthought. So I hired a research company to kind of look into it nationwide, and there was no other organization. I knew that there had to be one. There wasn't. There was no other organization in the country that was specifically geared for women. Now, there are other organizations that are for multicultural, African American Association of Insurance, those types of things, but nothing for women of color. And so that's why we started it. And so then we also we don't want to just be a status quo. We don't want it to be just this usual same old thing that everybody, just another organization. We want it to truly disrupt the industry and offer something different. And so when we created our 4 pillars of excellence, we thought, okay, here is where we're going to focus. We're preparing women to be leaders in the industry. We really wanted to focus on diversity. We wanted to help them grow and build solid careers and thriving careers in the industry. And we really wanted women to feel that they had a sense of community. So our 4 pillars are leadership, diversity, growth, and community.
Mm-hmm. And since, you embarked on this journey 3 years ago, has your vision changed? And if so, how has it changed and why?
I think my conviction for the organization and my commitment to the organization has grown stronger now more than ever than when I really started in the beginning. Not to say that I wasn't committed, because I was absolutely committed in the beginning. But, you know, we've had a lot of things to happen. This was pre-pandemic. This was pre-George Floyd. This was pre, you know, so many other types of situations that we've all faced that way. I mean, we faced with those types of things where I really knew this is the time and why NAAWI is so much more important now more than ever. So if anything has changed, I will say I'm even more committed to making sure that women who are in the minority in the insurance industry get what they need so that they can build stronger and thriving careers in the industry. But I also want to attract more women of color into the industry as well. And so I think that has kind of shifted. If I could say any shift, it's been attracting more, but also helping to retain and help grow the ones that that are already here.
Mm-hmm. What would you say has been the most rewarding part of your NAUI journey, and what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud that we made it through the really most difficult time in the past 100 years of anything in terms of managing through the pandemic. We kicked off the executive roundtable in January of 2021. And I really had no idea how this was going to go. And every month, member attendance has grown. More people have, you know, shown more interest in being part of those roundtables. And that's really tough because, you know, we're all kind of scattered and our attention is kind of spread really thin for people to still be committed and showing up. And so we've been able to maintain, we didn't close, we didn't fold. We're still here thriving and looking for even more growth into 2022. So I would say that's probably what I'm most proud of, is that we really stuck it out and came through really some difficult times.
And what about the most rewarding? Has there been any particular moments or things that have happened that have really just been,
Yeah.
you know?
So, you know, my first year, we actually hosted our very first leadership summit. So super proud of that. And it was a full day of personal development. We had about 50 women that were in attendance, and it was just, oh my gosh, that was so phenomenal. And we were able to give out what we call Disruptor Awards. So we were able to give 3 of our members and recognize them for the work that they've done in the industry and how they've been able to be here and have longevity in the industry, for an industry that really we're already kind of starting out at a disadvantage. And for us to really stick it out and really be successful and then reach back and pull others along, I would say it's been just so amazing. So I would say it was definitely our leadership summit that we actually hosted in 2020. Of course, we didn't do it in 2021, but our goal is to bring it back for 2022 and award even more Disruptor Awards for then.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the challenges of the last couple years, and a huge one of those has been, what we all witnessed, sadly, with the murder of George Floyd and the racial justice movement that was sparked by that. And now we started before that, and since then, many insurance organizations have publicly committed to embracing diversity, equity, inclusion. So from your perspective and what you're seeing from where you were 3 years ago to now, do you believe that the industry is finally ready to meet that moment?
I do. I hold such tremendous hope that finally we're going to see some real change, because the truth of the matter is, no company, but no industry, but particularly the insurance industry, you can't just bury your head in the sand any longer and say, I'm not going to address this. I'm not going to deal with this, because what is happening is that we're losing out on top talent, either attracting them or retaining them because they're just jumping ship and leaving, or they're just not even considering the insurance industry as a viable career opportunity for themselves. And so I would say, I hope that we're going to see some tremendous change. But I always believe you got to kind of put your money where your mouth is. We really got to see some tremendous change. And as I was reading just this morning, I was looking at some statistics. I love statistical data, and I found that even still 2021, there's still only 18% out of 499 insurance executives that are women. And I'm probably sure none of them are women of color. I would probably bet my retirement on that. Roughly, that means roughly 3 women per company is what that kind of, rounds out to be. Now, of course, this is from 2019 to 2020. So we've got a little bit of a year there, a gap, and that's when all that change was happening and going on. Life insurance was a little bit higher. They had a 20% bump. So 20% bump of women in leadership opportunities. P&C companies, still, they're lower, 16%.
Wow.
So still a tremendous opportunity, I think, for growth in all of those areas. But I really hope, first of all, let me back up a little bit. I would have never thought 20 years ago any insurance company would have come out and made any commitments to diversity at all.
Yeah.
So for companies to come out publicly and almost immediately some to take the lead, like American Family really took the lead, and when it was one of the first companies that came out and said, we are going to make some changes. And I've seen that just in their leadership. I've seen it. And so I hope that other companies have been listening and they're watching and they have made a commitment to do the same.
Right. So what is NAAWI doing now that you see these commitments coming out to help these insurance organizations meet that moment?
Our biggest goal has always been to meet women where they are, to engage them in conversation, because I always say this at every executive roundtable. Conversations has always been the linchpin for change. That's where the change always starts. And so really engaging women and offering a safe space where women can be honest and really open about what their challenges are, what their successes are, how they'd like to be able to grow within the industry. I think that has been our biggest impact since we started the executive roundtables as it relates to women in the insurance industry. So that's one of the biggest things that we've done. We've really created a safe space for them to come and have those discussions, but also how we've encouraged building relationships, encouraging other women to really take the responsibility to sponsor other women into the industry. And I don't mean just say, hey, come over here and join us, but sponsoring them in, meaning you're going to be responsible for being sure that they get connected, that they are going to be successful. So that's where NAAWI, I think, has been critical in helping our membership really grow and develop themselves while staying committed to the industry.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, sort of along those lines is what would you like to see the industry do more of, and what opportunities are there for them to work with NAAWI to really help bring that change?
Yeah, I would really hope that organizations are listening, really making an intentional effort to be connected to their sales force, their workforce, whomever their organizations, and really hearing what their employees are saying. The Great Resignation is not just happening for nothing. It's happening for a reason. And so I really hope, and insurance is not immune to it. They've been hit very hard. I think one of the hardest industries that's been hit for the Great Resignation is because we've just failed not to stay connected. There's just been this big gap between, the executive level and then the real workforce out there. And so I hope that they are listening. And that's what I would say to organizations. And then join us, maybe we're willing to come into those organizations and help them maybe host their own executive roundtables or, town hall meetings, and really engage some authentic and honest conversation about diversity, about growth, about change, about education. How are they helping their employees really be prepared for what's to come? Not 10 years from now, but 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
it's changing so rapidly. Yeah.
Right. And you can't, if you don't know what's going on, you can't address it.
No.
You got to communicate.
You got to communicate. And so I would say yes, definitely, I would be more connect. I would want companies to be more connected to their organization, listening to them. But if you don't know how, or if you need help with that, then partner with organizations like NAAWI so that we can help you do that. Host those, engage those conversations, and really help, I think, to really spark true change at the foundational level of the company.
Yeah. So, that kind of speaks a little bit to what's next. What are your 2022 goals for NAUI?
We have a lot. I've never been one that shies away from challenges, but I always tend to pile it a little too much on my plate. But I don't think this is going to be huge. I'm too big for me. I'm very excited about it. So, our theme for, our 4 pillars are leadership, diversity, growth, and community. So year 3 is all about growth. That's going to be our theme for the year. Growth in membership, growth in what we're offering for our members. We are launching the NAUWI Growth Club, which is an opportunity for women who are members to get monthly training for personal and professional development. We're going to bring in experts from all over the industry to come in and share about their best practices, what are their success stories, and really, really pour into our membership to help them get prepared for the next level in their careers. We are really launching out this whole membership drive, our growth membership drive for 2022, a huge lofty goal. We want to start a community of no less than 10 women in every state in the country. Wow. Did I say that? That is huge, but that is our goal for 20.
Keep us busy.
Yeah, we're going to be extremely busy expanding those communities nationwide, and also really promoting regional directors or regional directors for every state as well for NAUWI. So we have some big goals.
I really like that personal and professional growth sort of collaboration or combination, because you really can't have one without the other. You really have to kind of do that work on both levels.
Yeah, I agree. I have a coach as well. Let me say this, I think everyone needs a coach. You need a mentor, you need a coach. More than ever in the insurance industry, you cannot do this insurance life, this insurance journey alone. I don't think anyone should do that. Everyone should have a mentor and or a coach. But my coach often says this to me, and I think she's absolutely right. You cannot have a booming career or a booming business and your life is busted. It just doesn't work. You've got to have them both growing at the same clip, at the same time. And she's absolutely right. And so that's why we've decided, it's always been that way, but really communicating it, that we are a personal and professional development organization. We are here to help women, yes, build themselves personally, but also offer them opportunities for professional development as well.
Yeah. So I guess along those lines is, what advice do you have for women leaders or wannabe women leaders in the industry right now?
Yeah. Because I am always focused on growth and performance, I believe in strategic planning. I always say, first, you got to be very clear. You got to get really clear on what your goals are. So that will be number 1. Really get clear, spend some time getting really clear on what your goals are. Number 2, once you have, determined what it is you exactly want to do and what you want to go after, you want to start working on your own strategic plan. Now, I don't know about you, Amy, but I'm kind of a 1, 2, 3 ABC kind of girl. Like, you can't just say, okay, Marnice, take this book and go write me a book. No, I need you to tell me, okay, what to do first. What am I going to do second? What am I going to do third? Right, exactly. And so I believe everyone should write out a strategic step-by-step plan. What's number 1? What's number 2? Number 3? Third, actively seeking out new opportunities. No one came to me and said, Marnie, start an organization. It was something that I knew I wanted for myself. And I really wasn't looking for an opportunity, and this may sound arrogant, but it's not meant to be. But I really decided I wasn't going to ask permission from another organization or anyone else to be who I was, or to allow me an opportunity to be on their platform. I was going to create my own platform. So I
Mhm.
believe that as women leaders, we always should be actively looking for new opportunities. So that's number 3. Number 4, find a mentor and or a coach. That is, I think, invaluable to help you develop yourself, over your career.
Mhm.
5th, you need a sponsor. I said it earlier. A sponsor is someone who is going to be willing to mention your name in rooms that you don't have access to.
Mm.
And so we all should be taking the responsibility upon ourselves to sponsor someone as we are looking for someone to sponsor us. Our male counterparts, that is how they advance. That's how they grow, because they have a sponsor who's going to say their name at a table that they don't not yet have access to. And then number 6, I always say this in all of my training courses, and I say it in NAAWI often: attract number grows. So number 6, track your progress. Are you really accomplishing and achieving the goals that you're saying for yourself? Are you reviewing those goals on a monthly basis? Where are you in the process? Or a quarterly basis? At the very minimum, create yourself a little spreadsheet. And yes, I see you rolling my eyes when I see y'all rolling your eyes at me when I say spreadsheet.
More spreadsheets.
Right. Whatever you need to track yourself and track your goals, that is going to prove invaluable for you as you push forward and move ahead to build your career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really, really great advice, I think, for people.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would want people to know right now?
Yeah, well, again, we really are always looking for women who are interested in being part of our leadership team. We have tons of volunteer opportunities to be part of the leadership team. Again, thank you, Amy, for coming on board and serving as our communications chairperson. So we're super excited about that. But if you just want to become a member, please go and check us out at NAAWI, NAAWI network.com. Join us right now. It's just less than $200 for the year to have an opportunity to attend a monthly executive roundtable. We're going to still have quarterly leadership training, as well as the NAAWI Growth Club. So tons and tons of opportunities and benefits for being part of the organization. And so we're looking for you. Start your own community. No matter where you are, if you're in Alabama or Texas, or if you're in Washington State, there is an opportunity for you. Yes, there's an opportunity for you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Bernice. And I am excited to see what the next year brings, and excited to launch some new exciting things with you. And I think that it's going to be very beneficial. And I hope that a lot of other women take a look at what's going on, and how they can help, and how they can learn.
Yeah, absolutely. One last thing, and I think we just need to kind of clarify. NAAWI is actually an acronym. In insurance, we're just inundated with acronyms. So the correct name of the organization is the National Association for Advancement of Women in Insurance. We just kind of shortened it for NAAWI, to say NAAWI. So yeah.
Yeah, now he's a little smoother, but it's important to know what it means.
Yeah, it's important to know. So yeah, we're the National Association for Advancement of Women in Insurance. And so we're super proud of this organization. We have so much potential, I think, in the membership and what our goals are and our mission and our vision is. And I think we're going to be around for a long time. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay and really disrupt the industry of what it means for leadership, diversity, growth, and community for women in the industry.
Well, I have no doubt you'll be here for a long time. And I and I have no doubt next year, or 2022, is going to be another good one.
I think so too.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Take care.